Welcome to the show, Ciro Orsini. You are an Italian entrepreneur from Naples, founder of Ciro's Pizza Pomodoro in Knightsbridge, London. You're known as the maestro and king of celebrity flair for your charismatic presence, greeting guests by name and making them feel like part of the Pomodoro family. You're also founder of Coppola Productions and Coppola Talent, producing feature films and documentaries, and also passionate about charity work, co-funding the Ciro Orsini Armand Asante Fund for orphan children worldwide. Ciro, thank you so much for joining us, and please do tell us more.
Yeah, hi, Tom. Yeah, thank you, Sky. We're not running a corporate production anymore. And fun enough, I suppose to cancel that because we still work on films. Right now, we have Eagle Entertainment as a company for films. Eagle
Okay,
Entertainment.
you can say it. All right.
Eagle, yeah.
Okay.
So still, and we're working a few projects, mostly because we get approached for people looking for money all the time. And
Yeah.
sometimes we find that we just now we also, if you look the last project of Johnny Depp, Modi, I raised the money for the movie as well. So I'm a co-executive producer for that. We have a premiere is in London on July 8th. You know, so I don't get involved on like producer or no. It's too much work. I never did, and I will. Even though I got involved a few times in different projects with a dear friend of mine, Philip Martinez,
Mm.
and a few other movie with Steven Seagal as well with Philip. So for me, it was always with the Philip, I can go a co-producer because he allows me to have time when I'm free to be with him and to work around my schedule more than his schedule. But other movies, I just raise money for them. I don't get involved in production; it's too much work, and I haven't got much time to be honest.
Mm.
Armand, of course, he does his own acting, his own movies, and time to time, of course, we always say when we casting for movie, always says, if I raise the money, could you put Armand in there as well? We never know. That's how we work. Right now we have
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
2, 3 projects line up for this. Still raising the money for them. We're working on three Jesus movie right now.
Okay.
Jesus Christ when he was 2 years old. Another one was 17 years old. So that's what we do.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we
Wow.
always into something happening for us all the way through. That's what we do. Regarding the restaurant, been here for 47 years in Beach and Place.
Wow.
So one of my closest friends at the time in the middle 70s, I knew him, is Dave Allen, the comedian.
Hmm.
You know the name, Dave
Mm.
Allen?
Yeah. Sure.
It was like Lenny Bruce of the comedy in UK.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then he moved, fun enough, in Knightsbridge. When I met him in 1978 again, he was living next on the back of my building here.
Right.
And he said, hey, Chiro, don't worry, I'm going to help you out. He started to bring all the BBC people in here. That's how the celebrity started as
Wow.
well, because of Dave Allen.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And his daughter worked with, Jane Allen. She worked with him about 15 years in my restaurant,
Uh-huh.
just as much. So we are the kind of family, helping one another
Yeah.
through many different ways. Paul Young, early 80s, the singer was so great at the time, huge, was always in Pomodoro.
Mm.
Dustin Hoffman, early 80s, he started to come in here to eat the pizza. We made a pizza on his name because, he had 2.5 pizza. So I thought, okay, well, deserve a name on the pizza, the mushroom pizza. That's how we
Yeah.
started the trend with celebrity and names on
Mm.
food. It's funny enough.
Yeah.
That's how we started the flavor with the celebrities only because of Dave Allen. It
Yeah.
really was a magnet. At the time we had the Danila Rue, Sasha Distel, Tommy Cooper. They were
Mm.
a great comedian at the time. And my brother-in-law had a talk over the Midlands, a club in Midlands. And I used to go there. That's why I met Dave Allen,
Yeah.
about 75, 76.
Mhm.
And
Gotcha.
then, later stage, we moved over here in 78 and 79 AD. We saw Dave Allen and he started to come in here all the time. So
Yeah.
hallelujah. It was a
Excellent.
blessing for me.
Wow.
It's wonderful
Yeah.
Irish people. They've been a blessing in our life. That's how the flavor of celebrity. Then I moved to Los Angeles, 85, 86. I started to work on Lenny Bruce's mother, the other comedian, funny enough.
Mm.
It's Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita.
Yeah.
which I have his ashes in my house.
Oh,
I've
wow.
been with Pat Morris for about 25 years. The last movie we did alive, funny enough, before he died, was with me in London.
Okay.
It's called Number One Girl. I was helping at the time with Tony Schiena, an actor, which I was managing him at the time. So we decided to make this movie called Number One Girl. Then after that, we did a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Another one with Al Pacino was Merchant of Venice with Tony, and on and on. And started all that with the movie as
Yeah.
well.
Mm.
And then also 1993, while Armando Sande was here doing Judge Dredd with Stallone, you know, we became best friends because he started to come to my restaurant over here, and he felt, wow, what a place! I wish this place was in New York.
Yeah.
And so we met, with Armand, and we started to do charity work, land mining in Croatia,
Mm.
another place in that part of the world, because the war in those Yugoslavia time, it was not an easy one. So
Yeah.
that's what we got involved with charity with Armand in those days, and even today we're still doing that kind of
Yeah.
job. That's abroad. The global things with the charity, with celebrity, and also the movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Mm.
how
Mm.
has been a kind of at the beginning. I started with this well earned hard work, which we still do.
Mm.
47 years later,
Yeah.
here in Knightsbridge in London.
You work in Russia sometimes as
We
well,
used to
right?
go in Russia in the late 90s. Yeah, I used to work there. And I went to there to meet a guy called Philip Kirkorov. He was like Michael Jackson of Russia.
Hmm.
Some friend of ours from Warner Brother was asking us to help this wonderful singer to bring us to America, different places. We met another band called Nana. In those days, they were like, Take That at the same time, but
Mm.
they did not like as much as Take That because they were Russian. Unfortunately, there was not much of traveling and publicity and money behind them, but they were unbelievable musicians. So, that's how I got my step in Russia at the time.
Mm.
And then we started to bring actors, musicians to Russia, which we still do today. That's where Russia became. Then I moved to Ukraine, where, we opened up my restaurant over there in Kiev, uh, in
Hmm.
Odessa, and even during the war lately, because I have so much connection over there, I went straight through the war zone to help my people I knew, and helping them to get out. So Ukraine to come to Europe, and my charity with Armand, we're on the ground trying to help them a lot with the
Mm.
food, with accommodation, raising money,
Yeah.
take them out, put them, vet them if they were on really people. We call their family throughout Europe. We buy them a ticket, put them on a train, buses, give them a little money, buy them clothes,
Mm.
toothbrush,
Yeah.
they need, whatever they need to get to go for the next 4 or 5 days. That was our job even during War 2022.
Yeah.
2021,
That's
we
right.
did, we did the same with Afghanistan.
Yeah.
When the war put over there, we started to rescue sport people from Afghanistan to bring it to UK. From the day we took them to Pakistan, which we still got some of them on the ground there now as we speak.
Yeah.
We got 16 of them on the ground. We brought here about 2 years ago 30 of them, 30. So that's the kind of work we got to do with charity. That's
Mm.
why something where we care about it.
Yeah.
Especially
Hmm.
helping children. Armand been always an ambassador. Lennox Louise been my dear older friend from 1992 when I met him for the first time. He's been supporting me here at the restaurant,
Mm.
especially with my charity, helping these wonderful refugees and, children, and on is the list we've been doing. That's why the charity has been a blessing to be. And the
Yeah.
person behind all this is a lady called Yvette Hoyle. She's a film producer. She's a hard worker. Because of her, we decided to open up also the charity because we knew we need a mascot, someone who understands the hard work, understand the charity work, understand also to work 24/7.
Yeah.
Where those children that become your children, there's all the people that become your parents, That's why, when you do charity work, you go on the ground and you work with them, you help with them, you be part of them, because otherwise it won't work.
No.
That's what we've been doing, you know.
What's on your agenda now? What's happening?
Agenda now is, to be honest, I've been working on medical in Japan to put together the House of Orsini, where we are my partner over there, the pioneer of stem cells, medical work, dementia, Parkinson's disease. So that's what I want to do over there in Japan. That's my agenda for the last 4 or 5 years, or even longer.
Yeah.
That's why we've been working quite a lot on this medical work lately. So instead of opening so many other restaurants, we start to look at why don't you look after ourselves? So instead of being in 70s and the middle 80s, let's be early 70s. Because in every year, instead of growing old, they get 1 year younger. It works, especially knowing the stem cells, if they're done properly, it can help you a lot. Not a cure, but it's a good way to, keep yourself young and stronger. And also, as I said, it's a maintenance work. Yearly, you have to do it, you know. And more, it's a few other pioneer out there, which, we're discovering there's much more than just stem cells. We can be cured ourselves, you know. Eating according to your blood type is one of them. I've done for about 35, 40 years on my menu. To eat according to your blood type. So, we are what we eat. That's why the food in my restaurants has been always a priority.
Yeah.
That's how we've been surviving for 47 years in London. And music has been a core. Music has been what it is. When I moved to Los Angeles, also took me longer to find a nice location, because in those days, in the 80s, only West Hollywood was one of those spots where you can have a live band much easier than Beverly Hills or Bel Air or Westwood was where the area where. So West Hollywood became my home, and we started to open up a lot of those wonderful places, and and we had the Bill Gazzari, the godfather of rock and roll. I used to do a show in his club. So I started to meet all the Vincent Hill, the Marley Crew, Axl Rose, Slash, all those wonderful rock bands.
Yeah.
So it became a way of life, rock and roll forever.
That's right. And they all come to Ciro's. I've been coming
They
to your
still
club
do.
for
They still do, yeah. They still do nowadays. It's not like in the old days, to be honest. When they come to London now, they got this restriction of 3, 4 days a show, next day another show. So that, in the old days, they come for a vacation as well, not just a show.
Yeah.
But now, hotel is costly, the others are costly. So they as much they do the show next morning, go on a sewer bus or go on a plane and go to the next show,
Yeah.
And the COVID also been affecting for them. They want to meet many people backstage anymore like it used to be. So it's been a little, the good 80s and 90s and 2000 up to 2015. I think it was an era which we can forget nowadays.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's right.
you know.
So what we're doing here at Music for Global Change, we're promoting positive lyrical content
Of course.
and teaching young people teaching young people how to write positive lyrics instead of talking about themselves all the time. And that's the cool thing. I love coming to your club because, and I don't go to any other clubs in London. I only look
No,
forward
I've
to
been
Monday.
blessed. Every time I see you here, it feels like a joy and heaven both at the same time walking through the door. You know, your energy are priceless, brother. Honestly, yeah.
I love
I
you.
like that. You
I
are
love you,
unique
brother.
to your music and so forth. And
Yeah.
it's funny. You told me that you never met even our dear friend. You know, from the Commodore. You know, he took his place, and that's funny. You know.
Yeah, and I brought Ronald over there to meet you, the guy who wrote Brick House. He played the bass player. Tom, get a question in, man.
Well, I just want to know, essentially, what's your secret, Sarah? Really, 47 years is quite some achievement with regard to the your restaurant. Is it? I mean, to me, it's very seemingly. I haven't been there myself, unfortunately, but seems to me very much a kind of like a family atmosphere. With the fact that you greet people by name, you kind of make sure you know who's who and who's coming back and so on. I mean, anything else you can really put down to the big reason why
Well,
it's
well,
lasted so long for you?
well, Tom, if you look back in the old days when was also much easier when I had the Steve Wonder coming here so many times in London. He would always stop us here, sits with us, go on
Yeah,
a stage by himself, say, "Can I sing?" Like I go, "Yeah, of course." It's funny.
sure.
Done it many times. So Brian Laroda, his manager, was a dear friend. Still is one of my best friends in LA.
Right.
And then time changes. Management that get changed, this and the other. Like I said, the music became more like they arrive in town and bang bang out the door. Before they
Yeah.
just come here on holiday. Even Aerosmith, Steven Tyler has come over here.
Mm,
Thanks to Roddy McSweeney, the agent, he brought so many wonderful talent in my restaurant for the last 30 years.
mm,
They kept coming over and over
Yeah.
because they felt home. They felt like the Rainbow in Los Angeles, the Rainbow Bar
yeah.
and Grill. So London, it is a kind of, when I saw the Rainbow Bar and Grill in the middle 80s, I thought, wow, that looks familiar, this place. My little home in London, because
Definitely.
all the
Yeah.
musicians and music was always a core over here. Because when I took over this place, my pizza Pomodoro was bankrupt 4 times, one after another. So
Right.
I thought, what do I have they don't
Mm.
have? And I started to look back the music scene. London was Pizza Express with jazz, no other restaurant with the music was all on the weekend, an Italian restaurant, there in the week. So I decided let me do what I did in Rome in the 70s, where I had a bar there
Mm,
in Osciolido, where I used to have so many different musicians, all my Russian stationed over there. They was coming to my bar because I could speak a few words of English.
yeah.
Because I let them put their head down and sing the songs after song, and be free from the
Yeah.
pain that they left behind in Russia, in the old USSR.
Sure.
And then I had a German musician, Italian musician, and I had a wonderful bar over there, which music was the core.
Yeah.
And the reason I left because my daughter was born, and I decided to come back to UK because of my daughter.
Yeah.
But so when I came to this place, I thought, okay, if I do what I did in Rome with the music, great simple Italian food, beautiful stuff down here, I think I can make it work. The only chance I ever had.
Mm,
So that's what I did. And 47 years later, music has been always the core.
yeah.
Music,
Absolutely.
without music, we have nothing
Yeah.
left. You know, and that's why when I see musicians, like Skyler Jett and the crowd he has around him, his other musicians, I think is unbelievable. The joy you feel through their music, through their
Mm,
songs, and it is priceless.
yeah.
Plus I had my own rock
And
band in the
my,
'90s with Sasha Stone. I created my own, private label for music. I started some bands up, started through teenagers.
Yeah.
So music has been always something kept me going.
Mm,
I'm not a musician,
that's
but I know
right.
what good music is.
yeah.
I know what the audience like to hear. And that's why I created the 7 nights a week of musician.
Mm,
Yeah. It wasn't these at the beginning, but took me long, long time.
yeah.
But they've been known here to have 7 nights a week. But busy or not busy, walking down here till 1 o'clock in the morning, by a
Yeah.
band is on, you know.
Well,
And
it's
that's
my
why,
favorite place to
it's the best things have been happening in Pomodoro.
Yeah.
Live bands,
Yeah.
great Italian food, and 47 years later. Also, I don't think it's many places in London where same owner for 47 years alive, keep rocking and keep doing what he's doing. I
Absolutely.
don't think it exists.
That's
To be
right.
No.
honest, I don't see anybody to be doing that.
My,
I don't feel at my age. I never felt that.
my,
That's why I say rock and roll lives forever. We never die. Rock and roll never
Listen,
dies.
that never does. Brother, I love you so much. And thank you for
Likewise.
all the beautiful years. I've only been here 10 years, but I don't go anywhere else.
I know
I
you
don't
do. I
drive, so
know.
I have to,
I know. I
I
know. I'm
always got to
blessed
wait.
every time I see you there. My God. And I hope next time you come here, we can do a little bit about the food as well. We can do one,
Yeah,
with yourself and yeah, maybe some on the other line, and we can do some, um, I would say, talking about the food as well, which is our main ingredient here as well to keep us alive.
Yeah.
Because we're not a bar here.
yes,
We are Italian restaurant, so you have to come here and eat. enjoy the music. That's why I say it's so important.
Sure.
People, they come here, they will enjoy the dinner, dancing around the table, and have fun and a memory. We had so many weddings and people that met down here. That 30 years later, the kid says, "Oh, my father told me the table by the stage there. That is also I met my mother while they were sharing a table." We have so many of these stories. You know, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Man.
And we still have the grandmother,
brother.
the mother, and the grandchildren now. They come in here, the third generation, and that's a beautiful thing. But we kept always a family unit. For me, family is very important. The family value with the restaurant, with food and so forth. The family value.
It's wonderful. Yeah. My brother, thank you so much for taking the time to come on our show.
Yes,
I appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks for joining us.
Tom's going to get some information from you, and we're going to spread the love. Okay.
Love and joy. Okay. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Just want to know, just for our guests, is there a sort of website people can go off and check out the menu of the restaurant or anything?
Yes, the whole thing there, which I sent, is www.pomodoro.co.uk.
Okay.
No, Pomodoro, POMODORO.co.uk.
Okay.
You know, so now they can see all the photo there, all the menu, all the food, all the specials that we do, and this and the other, and the music as well. It's fantastic.
Good stuff. Thanks, Ciro.
Okay.
Great to meet you.
Love you, brother.
Thank you, guys. I love you more. Thank you for your time as well, and God bless you.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.